Hello sacred souls, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Machi Living. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for all comments and subscriptions so far. It's really lovely to see. Actually, it's one comment and one subscription, but that's a first step, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me again. And in today's reading, pick a card reading, the topic that I would like to talk about is what childhood experience is affecting you in your life today, and why, and what you can or what you should do about it. So let's pick 3 piles for this reading. Let's see what the universe wants to talk to you about in terms of childhood experiences affecting you in your life today. So 3 piles, please. A little bit, no, here. I will pick 1, 2, and 3. So let's see the 3 piles. Pile number 1 is Enlightenment. Pile number 2, Flexibility. And pile number 3 is Security. Very beautiful cards, very interesting topics. Just for you to be able to see it closer, pile number 1, Enlightenment. These cards are so beautiful. Pile number 2 with Flexibility. I really love this deck. The cards are such a beautiful design. And pile number 3 with Security. And if you'd like additional information to help you to pick for today, we have childhood things. For Enlightenment, I have this little bunny. For Flexibility, I have these little shoes with a bunny and a bear. These little baby socks. And for Security, I have a giraffe. And I'll give you a few seconds of silence to be able to look and absorb the cards and any additional information and emotions, and be able to choose one or as many as you'd like. Okay, so let's prepare the decks. We will pick some oracle cards, some more oracle cards for each deck. To give us more written information and visual information as well. So I believe this will be for here, and we'll pick this here and this here. One more. One, 2, and 3. and some tarot cards for each deck. For each pile, I'm going to pick, well, let's see, I'm going to pick 6 to 8 cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make it 8. I think we have enough space. One, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7, and I want this one, and pile number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's bring these back. Pile number 1. No. Pile number 2. And pile number 3. And I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So today we are going to talk about a childhood experience that is affecting you in your life today. Why is this, and what you can or you should do about it. So let's see. I think I'm going to put the bunny here, like that. Hello. Hi. So we have enlightenment. What kind of childhood experience is affecting you today in your life? Why and what you can do about it. First light. Beginning a new cycle. It's very, very beautiful also. First light. Beginning a new cycle. The spring after winter and a new life. Sharing yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. Sharing yourself. And we have light twice, and actually she's riding out of the forest into the light as well, from the night into day. So let's see the tarot cards. 9 of Cups. Queen of Wands. The Strength card. The 2 of Cups. Ace of Swords. Hmm. The Ten of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. Let's make a little bit more space. And the Six of Cups. Hmm. Let's see. Let me just absorb the cards. What childhood experience is affecting you in your life today? Why? What you can or what you should do about it? One of the things that come to me is sacrificing the self. And when we are children, it's something that we don't choose to do consciously. Later in life, sometimes we choose to sacrifice ourselves a little bit in terms of in order to help the situation or in order to help the people that we love. And that is okay. But when we are children, sometimes we choose to make ourselves smaller and accept the things that are done to us because we don't know better. Because of course we want to be loved, we want to be cared for, we don't want to be alone. And so I think this reading is about having childhood experiences which made you more generous than sometimes you should be. And even though it's done unconsciously or subconsciously as a child, it's in the name of good things, as I mentioned earlier, to be able to feel the love and care of our parents, of our siblings, of our immediate community, to feel safe in a circle. And I think this message is about becoming conscious about this, and adapting it in your current life, in a new cycle, in a way that it can help you. I think the situation was meant to help you to kind of find the light at the end of the tunnel, to understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how difficult or dark things are. I kind of feel that your childhood was a little bit lonely and a little bit dark, and maybe even the way you were in your childhood and the things that you adopted in terms of personality, in terms of way of thinking, was more about loneliness and darkness. And this life experience is supposed to be teaching you to come out into the light, to be able to know that there is light at the end, and that you can hope and you can ask for good things and it will happen. And they will come into your life. Like the things that you wish for are possible. You don't have to overshare yourself in order to manifest, in order to receive the things that you wish for in your life, which are love and community. And your current life experience and this childhood experience is helping you to become enlightened, to change. This whole situation is automatically changing your life around in unexpected ways, and is helping you to shed some of the things, some of the behavioral patterns, some of the masks that you've put on, some of the beliefs that you adopted. And is teaching you to be able to receive, to accept, to open your mind and to open your heart also to receiving, to be able to share your life, to be able to share yourself in a balanced way, in a positive way, in a way that you feel is reciprocal. And actually this life experience is bringing you a much better experience. Like if you continue with that thought pattern, then you basically end up in the same situation, and the beliefs that you created will create, or the beliefs that you adopted will create your life experience, and it will be very very similar, just with a different age. But that is not what is supposed to be happening, and that is not what will happen. And you are going through certain experiences, probably some of them very, very, very difficult experiences, in order to help you understand that the thought patterns that you adopted in your childhood aren't real. They were a coping mechanism, and some of them in a measured, conscious way can be very helpful, but other of them you have to let them go. There's also something about finding yourself. You know, there is a lion and there's a lamb, and there is kind of the bunny in between, if I think about it. So maybe, you know, maybe you are neither, or maybe sometimes you are one and sometimes you are the other, and that's okay. And through those experiences, you can get to know yourself more, you can get to know your boundaries more and your desires, and decide who you are. It's okay to make mistakes, but you are not supposed to be alone, and you are not alone. You are absolutely not alone. And some of the negative thinking and most of the negative thinking that you adopted, it's time to come out of that. It's not real. It's not true. There's much, 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 much more in your life. There's a lot of light. And in a way, this reminds me also to count your blessings, you know, to be grateful for things in your life, because there are a lot of good things, and trust yourself. You don't need to be calculated with everything, because life brings what needs to come, and it is supposed to bring a lot of good things into your life. Don't be afraid of being alone, because you are not alone and you are not going to be alone. Also, don't be afraid of going through this process. It might take a little bit of time, but go through it, and you will come out of it very, very soon. I don't know where you are located, but I am located in the South Hemisphere, where at the moment we are having winter, and in a couple of months' time it's going to be springtime, and that gives me the feeling that the journey is not that long. It may have been arduous, but you are already coming out of the forest, and in a couple of months' time a lot of things are going to be changing. So look at your thoughts, look at your thought patterns. Don't be afraid of looking at them, and go through them. And whatever is not serving you, let it go. And whatever different perspective and different faces you have, it's okay. You can live by them, and you can let go of the ones you don't want anymore. You can change your mind midway also. But trust your life. You need to trust your life. So everything is as it is supposed to be. Pile number 1. I hope that this reading has been helpful for you. It feels a very, very deep reading, but it also feels very peaceful and very beautiful. And this is what I wish for you in your life: love and community and peacefulness. Whatever happens on the surface, in the background, I wish you peacefulness and strength and passion. Thank you so much for tuning in for this reading. And please feel free to comment below the video if you'd like. Subscribe, like the video. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you picked flexibility for today's pick a card reading, and the topic that we are focusing on is what childhood experience is affecting you in your life, why, and what you can or what you should do about it. So we are focusing on childhood experiences, and there is the card flexibility. Let's look at the other oracle cards that you have. Let's see. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. And then we have manifesting dreams. My dreams are coming true. It's very interesting because one of the oracle cards in pile number 1 was going from winter to summer, and here it looks like it's coming from summer, going from summer to autumn, which is what is happening in the northern hemisphere at this time. And as I told to pile number 1, it helps me. I don't want to tell you about pile number 1 actually, but if you are in the northern hemisphere, then this helps deduce a little bit of timing, that now we are in summer and in a couple of months' time it's autumn, and that means that during the summer month and as we go into autumn, your dreams are manifesting. So whatever experience you had in this childhood, whatever is helping you with those dreams are manifesting. And it's actually helping you to manifest your dreams very, very soon. I think one of the things that you learned is to be more flexible. I kind of feel like the childhood experience that you've gone through is about control. Whether it arises from your own personality or you experienced it within your family, I think there could have been scarcity and the need to control everything, and perhaps materialistic and emotional things as well. And maybe you came away from this childhood with thinking that you don't and you can't have enough and you can't express your emotions. And some of the things that this experience is teaching you is to have gratitude in your life for the little things, even for the fresh air or the scent of the air or flowers. Start by little, because there is a lot of grace in life, and life is bringing us a lot of grace even in very, very, very difficult situation. Actually, I think we experience the most grace in the hardest situations in our lives. Like when you are in a very, very difficult situation, the answer comes very clearly and very, very, very quickly, I think. And flexibility in a way is like, you know, sometimes when we think we don't have enough, it's not necessarily true. This is not easy, I understand. But I think it's about allowing life to give to us. And you have that flexibility and that trust that it is bringing the things that we need to us to sustain ourselves. Let's look at your tarot cards. So we have the Six of Swords, the Chariot, a lot of movement. So maybe in your childhood it wasn't very stable, or either way you have moved a lot and you have moved away, both by location and by emotions. Eight of Pentacles, and actually your life is very, very different. Difficult also. It's not been an easy journey through the ice, and even through the water is quite interesting. That both of these journeys can be beautiful, but they also not easy. Like the life under the water, if you snorkel, or if you just watch the sunset around the water, it's very beautiful. A winter landscape is very beautiful, but they can be very harsh environment, aren't they? So it's been a difficult but quite beautiful journey, and your life is quite different, and it's trying to be different. There are a lot of things coming to you. Five of Cups. There is something that you don't want to see, that you're not looking at. Maybe actually all these things are here queuing up for you, and you might be too focused on your past. But you need to make a decision. You need to make a decision of letting that go. Embrace your past, but also embrace yourself. You know, allow yourself some flexibility. Embrace and love yourself. Like, instead of struggling through the ice, be the queen of the ice. So I feel that there is a need for changing perspective. And life is not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Like, I can see the fox there, which kind of gives me the feeling of, you know, there are difficult experiences always in life. But that's okay. Six of Wands. And the Three of Pentacles. I'm going to move these like this. And the Wheel of Fortune. How interesting. Pile number 1 had these cards. The first tarot cards. or at least the tarot card that was located in the first place. All the experiences that you had in your past and in your childhood are creating a change that you cannot stop. You can choose to go with it and work with it. You can fight, or you can fight against it. And I say it's better if you don't fight against it. You need to make a conscious decision of understanding the change that it's bringing, the lessons that it's teaching you, the strengths that it has given you, and embrace those. And start with small steps. Small steps of gratitude and seeing the grace. Instead of seeing the difficulties, try to see the grace. Like maybe these 3 cups are spent and fallen, but there are 2 other cups, and there is a light, and there are houses with light as well. This 5 of Cups is very interesting. Because it feels like actually the seal that the girl is embracing on the picture is like embracing yourself. And embracing yourself, here it's embracing the self that has come out of the childhood with the feeling of control and restrictions and scarcity. And you're not letting it go, and you need to let it go. You need to make a conscious decision to let it go. Life will push you anyway, but at this time you can make a conscious decision. For some reason, this card also reminds me of the movie Frozen, which is a really beautiful movie. I really love it. I think some psychological analyses don't rate the movie very high, but I think the journey of the essentially Ice Queen in it is very beautiful, and not just her journey, but her sister's journey is very beautiful, and their family journey I think it's amazing. It's an amazing story of sometimes having to go through some of the process on your own. You know, there are certain things that other people cannot help you with. Like some of the journeys you need to take on your own. And there will be other parts of the journey where other people will join you. But you need to go through both of the journeys to be able to start receiving all the abundance that is flowing into your life. The 6 of Wands is a card of success, and the 3 of Pentacles is a card of working together in the end, in community. So I think that is where you are headed. Not lacking anything, not thinking that you lack anything. The less is sometimes more. But also there's this 6 of Wands card, which which is quite interesting. It is success, and success through maybe some of the things you think you should be doing is not the way. You know, that there is an audience and he's acting out with swallowing the goblet of fire. And you don't need to do that. You don't need to act out in order to achieve success. Or maybe act out to see what it brings you. So then finally, if it's not the right thing to do, then you can let it go. There's no right or wrong way. You know, there is this Buddhist teaching that there are two mistakes on the path to self-mastery. One is not starting, and the other mistake is not to go all the way. So whatever you feel you have to do, but you have to go all the way, because this journey has already started. And you need to move forward through whatever you need to move forward. And there is a lot of abundance that wants to come into your life, especially these months, at this time. Allow it to come in. Allow yourself to change. Have the flexibility to change and start with gratitude. Maybe just every morning, every day, find something that you are grateful for. And not just things around you, but things inside of you. And your past experiences as well. You know, some of the past experiences you can label, oh, that was bad, but we can also look at them with another perspective, and maybe some of those experiences have actually led us in a different way that created something much better. So in the end, we can be grateful for those experiences. Not all of them, but some of them, yes. And there is something waiting for you. As you go forward, there is something waiting for you. A positive surprise. So pile number 2. It's very interesting reading, because also you have these little socks, these little shoes, which represent walking. And there are 2 little things, the bear and the bunny on it. And your last card, 3 of Pentacles, is also about community. So you're not supposed to walk all this journey alone. You know, and you won't. And even if they are baby steps, but take those steps every day and release your old self. I hope that this reading has been helpful, pile number 2. Thank you for listening, and please feel free to comment whatever thoughts and emotions you had during the reading and you feel like sharing. Please feel free to subscribe and like the video if you are called to do so. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So in today's pick a card reading, we are focusing on what kind of childhood experience is affecting you in your life today, why, and what can you or what should you do about it. So your first oracle card was security. And the charm you picked with it, this giraffe. Very lovely little giraffe. Let's see, put it in a way that we can see. Or maybe like this. Yes, perfect. Little giraffe. With this infinity sign, in a way, almost. And we see the sky and the Milky Way that is infinite also, from this little cave of safety and warmth. So it feels like you had a kind of childhood where you constantly wanted to break out. And maybe it wasn't very secure, actually. And some of the physical security wasn't there. Whether it was treatment from your parents or whether it was the security of the home. But you kind of created a dream to get away in some way. This is a very, very sad reading. It's also really strange. In the fire, I kind of see, it's almost like a voodoo doll, you know. And voodoo dolls are normally associated with wanting to remove something from our lives and doing whatever we need to do to remove that from our lives. But maybe you don't need to go to so much length. Let's look at your other oracle cards. Wandering path. Enjoy the journey. There is a map, but there is also a fox. I feel that you were betrayed, you know. Cultivating prosperity. The abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. And so one of the things you need to learn is to trust and to kind of take care of your own garden. It's like one of those famous 12 rules for life from Jordan Peterson is sort out your own room before you try to sort out things in the world. Let's look at your tarot cards also. The Hanged Man. Now I was pre-shuffling for the reading. The Hanged Man came a lot of times. There is also this snake, the snake of betrayal, or kind of telling you things that might not be the right thing to do, and is keeping you stuck in some way. But the Hanged Man is also about enlightenment, you know, seeing things from different perspective. Like while he's hanging there, most people think about the Hanged Man as being stuck in one place. But in reality, you are in one place in order to be able to have enough time to start seeing different perspectives, and from those perspectives be able to see a clearer way forward. So I associate the Hanged Man with achieving clarity, and from then on knowing the right path to go forward. It's also interesting that you have a lot of green kind of water, and it makes me think of, out of all things, it makes me think of the green of the heart chakra. So it's like opening the heart, because the water is also to do with emotions. Let's see. The Seven of Pentacles is waiting for something, working on something. Waiting for the fruits of your labor. Let's see. The Devil. Yeah, it's been a very, very, very difficult experience for you. And despite of what I think of the Hanged Man, I think you are stuck. You have been stuck in your life for a very long time, and you have been stuck in a cave for a very, very long time. And I was just going to say, you need to get out. You need to get out of that cave. And the Knight of Wands is a knight of moving forward passionately, without thinking, following the passions, moving. It's a very, very active knight, very, very passionate knight. Seven of Swords, another seven. The Seven of Swords is a card of betrayal. Like trying to get out, but what is it that I'm leaving behind? Is it going to follow me, whatever I leave behind? Are these swords going to be enough to protect myself? And also this knight is wearing this armor, so there is a need to protect yourself. But is this need real or perceived? And the presence of the Devil makes me think that it's perceived. Let's see. There is a lot of abundance, cultivating prosperity. Here you're growing things also. And the Empress is the ultimate card of creating fertility, abundance, emotional strength, having it all in a positive way. Such a beautiful cards. And the Justice also. When I was pre-shuffling, the Justice came as well. Justice and the Hangman. Let's look at, and the Star. Oh my God, what a beautiful, beautiful set of cards. And especially towards the end. And there is a clear progression from difficulties to something beautiful. Balance, justice. Not just balance and harmony, but also justice for the things that you've experienced or you've been put through in your life. You're watching your back for a reason. For a perhaps not just a perceived, for a real reason. But in the end, it is perceived because you have the Justice on your side. So you don't need to worry. I'm very sorry about that. Oh, that must have been loud. So interesting. That we had this in the middle of the reading. I knocked the phone. I knocked the camera. And there was like a loud bang. For a moment of awakening, for a moment of enlightenment. And there is enlightenment within the Star as well. The Star is the ultimate card of, and you have 3 ultimate cards of justice, of wish fulfillment, of prosperity. So whatever life experience you had, it's through it you're supposed to, and you are cultivating prosperity. The map that it has given you is a good map. Use it to navigate by. Because you know, the experiences that we have in our life, especially experiences with other people, what they really teach us is to build our own value system. You know, like for example, when you have an experience with somebody that is a very bad person, for example, what it teaches you is that this is the kind of person I don't want to be. And for example, like you have a boss that is just very, very difficult and not a good leader. And that helps you to say, these are the things that I never, ever want to do to the people I work with, to the people in my life. And for that reason also, I want to learn. For example, I want to learn to be a good leader. I want to take a course. I want to experience. I want to work with people differently. So, you know, instead of spending your energy with watching your back, take those experiences and build yourself from them. Build your own value system from them. And that is the cultivating prosperity. Like each of those experiences, you can grow something out of it for yourself to create your own person. And you also need to remember that you are not alone, because you know, how people behave with you is not your karma. Your karma is how you react and what kind of a person you build out of it, what kind of a person you become out of it. And the behavior of people, the universe knows what to do. The universe doesn't miss anything. Exactly knows what to do, but you need to be honest and you need to remain truthful. And aim for the highest good. Whatever your wish is, whatever you would like to see in your life, try to live in that like it already happened. And believe in it. Believe in it completely. Don't doubt. Let the doubt go. Maybe you've started with the Seven of Pentacles growing things and still you had a lot of bad experiences, but you've come so much further, and you can go so much further. You're actually not the Seven of Pentacles energy, waiting for the fruits of the labor. You are the Empress energy, where the prosperity, the abundance, the fertility is real, is already there in your life. And let the people who do devilish things to be, allow them to be who they are. Only use the situation to wake up for yourself and to increase your vibration, your energy, the prosperity in your own life. Maybe at some point in your life you thought that they are giving you security, but that is not real security. You can create much better, and you are creating and you have created much better. And it's also really interesting that you have the giraffe. And if I put this giraffe into this cave, it actually has the long neck to look out of the cave, to reach the sky, to reach the wishes, the hopes, the desires that you have, and the things that you want to create in your life. So don't worry about anything, because the people who support you and love you will be there. And the people who only pretend to love you and support you will fall away. And the universe will take care of them. All you need to do is take care of yourself and walk your own path. Wander on your own path, because it's a journey, you know. It's okay to experiment, to try, to see. Sometimes even with people, you know, sometimes you push people a little bit to see what kind of reactions you get out of them. And that also helps you to learn, to understand what you are surrounded by. And then from that on, when you see clearly, when you actually see clearly, you don't see the mask of people, but you see the reality of people, you can actually make decisions from there and be in your own power. Because from clarity, you can make the correct decisions to move forward in your life. You will actually have something growing out of it in a positive way that will sustain you, that will help you. Oh, I really love this reading. It's really, really, really beautiful. Life has many different layers. And you know, maybe sometimes some of the things you need to throw them in the fire and let them burn. If they want to burn, let them burn. Don't be afraid. There is a lot of there are a lot of little sentences and little ways, emotional things that people do to each other to control, to make them feel unsafe, or try to make them feel unsafe, you know. Don't fall for them. You don't know exactly, and we don't actually know exactly the boundary of things. So don't listen to threats that are not that are actually not correct, or they sound threats but they are not, or they cannot be, you know. Yeah, and where you have to fight, but you don't need to hide. You have a beautiful, beautiful path. I mean, look at what is beyond that. I hope you can see that the light is coming in, and there is a beautiful forest path behind, a very wondrous path. Don't be afraid of taking that path. And certainly you have enough swords, but you don't need to hide, and you don't need to worry. Not as much as you worry. A little bit, yes, but not as much as you do. So yeah, I'm still thinking about that loud noise and the phone and the camera falling. It's like a moment of enlightenment. And you know, the dark is not as dark as we think it is. So don't be afraid. Look at how cute he is. Oh. And you know, even if you try to chew, it's quite strong. So you're gonna be fine. You're going to be okay. Right, pile number 3. I hope that this reading resonated with you. And I'm really sorry for the difficulties that you experienced. It couldn't have been easy. But what you're getting out of it, worth it. Really, really, really does worth it. Through the darkness, it does worth it. So I hope that this reading helps you on that journey to bring you a little bit more light, a little bit more confidence, a little bit more faith and hope. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any comments, any experience you would like to share and you feel like sharing, please feel free to use the comment section. Subscribe to the channel and like the video if you feel called to. And thank you so much for being with me today for this reading. And I wish you all the best. And I hope I'll see you in a future reading. Bye.